TLC, ladies and gentlemen. The last pay-per-view of 2013. Did the WWE do well here? It's important that when a promotion puts these types of pay-per-views on, going into the next year, you can't have a stinker. So it's important that they make this pay-per-view as good as possible so when they go into the next one, which is Royal Rumble, they'll have something to build on top of going into their signature pay-per-view, WrestleMania. Now, saw the kickoff. Why? 1. Fandango and Dolph Ziggler. I like Fandango, really I do. Love him with Summer Rae, sexy woman. I like Dolph Ziggler. He's not bad. I still don't know if he could actually be in the main event. But they never gave him a chance. So 2 guys who have absolutely nothing to do right now were thrown together in a match that was okay. But what did it mean? Nothing. Fandango won, but where did it get him? That's my problem. And then, still continuing the stupid feud between... Why? I enjoyed Booker T. I enjoyed Mick Foley. I would rather see him as man. I would love that since they show Mick Foley periodically, make him Mankind. Make him Dude Love. Let him come dressed in as Dude Love. Let him come dressed in as Cactus Jack and say, you know, I see this. I want to get back in the ring. Let me get back in the ring and I'll show them what a real main eventer is. Because I am Mankind. And I know what it feels like to be thrown off a ring by The Undertaker because I survived it. You get my point? He's charismatic. He's so cool. Yeah, it's kind of grabbing a little light from the younger generation. But hell, they need it. But seeing The Miz wearing a burgundy, I think a jacket, a red jacket, and getting bitch slapped by Kofi. What did it give me? Absolutely fucking nothing. Because we've seen them feud for so many years, so many times. The Miz would turn face because of the last feud last year. Now they have a continuation feud that means absolutely nothing. When we go into the show, and I'm going straight into that, Kofi versus The Miz. No DQ match. What do we exactly get? We get Kofi winning, like he always does, getting injured, and then rising above adversity. I've seen it enough times that I'm bored with it. And I like Kofi Kingston. And I like The Miz. They're good talents doing absolutely nothing. Once again, we get 2 more talents that have no direction and having nothing to do. Now I'm going into the first match, which kind of upsets me. But it was still a good match. CM Punk versus The Shield. Now this is a totally insignificant match. We don't know who caused this, even though we all say it's Vince, or I say it's Stephanie, or someone says maybe it's Triple H. It really doesn't matter. The point is they threw this together. But why did they throw it together? I thought maybe they're going to add something down the road, maybe with a Triple H. It would make sense. Let's see him Punk feud with Triple H. He's dealt with him over the years, and now Triple H is the COO. You expect him to have a problem with him. But in the end, this was more to trying to increase the divide between the Shield, finally getting Roman Reigns on his own, away from Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Do I agree with this? It needed to be done. But do I believe it needed to be done using CM Punk as a catalyst? Yes and no. He's a big enough of a star that it would make sense to do this. But really, I'm not too fond of it. I see it from a business standpoint, but as a fan, I didn't like it at all. There was no reason for Roman Reigns to spear him in the first place. Right after he had that match before when he was with Daniel Bryan and the Wyatts. It made no sense. And seeing this can, in a point, lead into something that would be good for Roman Reigns, but storyline-wise, it just doesn't give me anything. So I'm going into, let's get on with the tag team partner of CM Punk. The Wyatts versus Daniel Bryan. This is creepy was a nice touch. I did enjoy. Bray Wyatt is a great personality. But here's the problem. What now? option would be for Royal Rumble, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan by himself to try and get Bray Wyatt over. They had no direction for the Wyatts after Kane. I was hoping that Kane would come back and then join them to give them some real credibility, letting us have monsters again in the WWE, but that didn't happen. He stayed away for a while, and they were completely directionless with the Wyatts. And to be honest, right now, they still are directing. They have no direction. There's nothing there. Bray Wyatt is a character that needs someone to feud against that is evil. And we don't have many people in the WWE like that. In fact, there's only Mankind, and there is Kane. And saying something with Mick Foley, if they put him in a program with them, he doesn't have to wrestle. He just has to act like a manager. That would have been the best option. Turn Mick Foley into Cactus. You see how I'm botching, because simply this is upsetting, because I know the WWE is not going to do this. If it was Cactus Jack, or if it was Mankind that Mick Foley turned into to help the Wyatts, it would make a lot of sense. But we don't got that. So I didn't see anything great for a Daniel Bryan. I don't see anything good for CM Punk. And I don't see anything good for the other four that was there. I just don't see it. So I'm moving on to the next thing that made no fucking sense. The Divas Championship. Look, what should have happened 3 months ago is Natalya or Brie Bella should have got the title. I'm not a big fan of Brie Bella. I'm not a big fan of what is her name? Nikki Bella. I'm not. I don't hate them. I just don't believe they're great talents. They're good talents. I will never bury them for saying that they don't do the work. They came back, they care about the business, and I'm fine with that. They're good talents. But we've seen them so long. They're the head of the reality show. It would have made more better sense to just drop the strap to one of them and then get it over with to move on. We didn't get that. AJ kept it. Natalya had her shot. AJ kept it. All three of them were in the ring. And I'm talking about Natalya, Brie Bella, and then my Naomi. She kept the title. And what do we get here? She kept the fucking title. Now mind you, as much as it's fucking annoying that AJ Lee still has the fucking title with Tamina doing absolutely nothing, Tamina should be the one that tries to get the title now. But that doesn't happen. It was a good match. I saw a very, to a point, technical match where they were pulling off some very technical moves. It wasn't total high flying. It was actually a good match. The crowd wasn't totally into it, but I saw it for the standpoint of what it was. These women put on a good show, but it meant absolutely fucking nothing. I have no interest in AJ Lee. I have no interest in Natalya, and I actually like Natalya a lot. And it's sad. Again, we get a match that made no fucking sense, and people who didn't benefit from it. Now here's a match that did benefit somebody. R-Truth versus Brodus Clay. Yes. This is what I hope would happen. I said this earlier when we saw little hints of the old Brodus Clay from NXT, who should have been turned a monster, became a dancer. To punish him for what happened, I believe, on Twitter or Facebook. Almost 3 years ago, actually 3 years ago, he became the Funkasaurus. But I believe here, he went and reverted back to Brodus Clay, the dominant monster. Unfortunately, had to lose. He had to lose because they need to progress his heel turn. Now, how do I mean by that? Making it simple. He's going to face Tensai. He's going to face again a R-Truth. And he's going to again face a Xavier Woods. At least once in the next 3 to 4 months. If they're truly going to pull the trigger on Brodus Clay and turn him absolutely heel, he has to reface all these people. He's got to confront his partner. He's got to confront R-Truth again. And he has to confront Xavier Woods. They must let him win clean. Give him a new set of clothes. Give him his own music. Knock the Funkasaurus. Let me hear your mama. You know, tell your mama. Well, I can't believe I just botched the name. But you know what I mean. He cannot have the same old music. Let Tensai keep that with the Funkadactyls. This is the only chance he has. If the WWE does not do this right, they were stupid to change him in the first place. Now, the next match will be the Fatal 4-Way with the Real Americans, and I kept forgetting their names. Curtis Axel and pretty much Ryback. This isn't the first time I've done this video. I've done this a couple of times. I kept forgetting them. Mainly because I didn't give a fuck. But then the brothers, oh man, this was a good match. Seeing the brothers Rhodes and Rey Mysterio and the Big Show, the way they were going, I was very interested in seeing what was going to happen. Real Americans got left out. They were like second to last to leave. And I still believe that Real Americans could actually get over his faces. I know Jack Swagger sucks. I know. I'm not caring about Jack Swagger. Zed Coulter with Antonio Pizarro would get over very well as a face with a manager. But they need to go somewhere. Let them turn face. This is my feeling. But the match itself, when it came down to Big Show and Ray versus the Rhodes brothers, it was a good ass ending. I enjoyed it. Seeing them shake hands was, I didn't really care that much about it. I was not here or there. It didn't really matter. But showing that these two are very dominant was very good. But then it made me think. Look at Big Show. Less than 2 months ago, he looked like he was going to have a feud with Triple H. What do we get? Absolutely nothing. He has now been relegated to going to tag team with Rey Mysterio because they have nothing for him to do. Zero. Zilch. Nothing. So what does this mean? Big Show and Ray will probably tag team again, maybe a couple of more times. Then they'll break off and maybe they'll either do a feud together or Big Show will do something else. Now, finally, the final thing. Orton versus Cena. TLC. For the now World Heavyweight Championship. Actually, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I was wrong. I didn't think they would use the World Heavyweight Championship name. I thought they were going to use the WWE. They used the World. I don't mind it. I'm glad they didn't use the Unifying Championship. That was stupid. I'm glad to see they came to their senses. Now, was this a good match? It was good. It wasn't the match of the night. I believe the Fatal 4-Way was the best match of the night. It was. But they did good work here. And the video packages before the match itself, the shaking of the hands of the chairman of the board, Vince McMahon, was actually good. The opening of the show with Stephanie and Triple H saying that Lou Fez and I can't believe I just Buddy Rogers and Lou Fez. Some reason I blanked on Buddy Rogers, and he's a really good wrestler, at least at that time. Hearing the past was actually very good. Going throughout the night, showing these video packages of anyone who was with the World or the WWE Champion was good. It wasn't overly done. But I'm very glad it was done. And in the end, what did we get? Handcuffing of John Cena to win the championship, to maintain his entitlement to the title. So he would be stating, I am a triple crown winner. And how do I mean by that? I am a third generation superstar, and I am the best to run and lead this company into the future. I'm actually alright with this ending. The way they were talking earlier made it really obvious that it was going to be John Cena. But as I saw the match, I felt, would there be a screwy ending? Would someone come and interfere? But what do we get? We get the handcuffing of John Cena, and Randy Orton gets basically the titles. And I'm okay with that. Just now, here's the question. What now going into Royal Rumble? And the reason I didn't mention anything about Biggie Langston and Damian Sandow and Biggie winning is because of this. The reason I'm saying this now, and their match was good. not bad, is this. We now have 3 belts left. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the IC Championship, and the US Championship. When the starting of the match of the TLC, what do we get? We find out that Royal Rumble is only going to have 1 title contested. In other words, 1 person will get the shot at the world title. Wrong! That was the stupidest thing, and that brings down the rating of this show. For the simple fact that what they should have done, they should have still kept the 2 title opportunity. But it should have been for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania and the IC Championship at WrestleMania. They need to rebuild the mid-card with that title. And now that the World Championship is gone, how the fuck are they going to do that? What the fuck are they going to do? Biggie Langston is not a bad talent, but to be honest, I'm being honest here. He should have gotten the US Championship, not the IC. He should have gone up in the ranks. Instead of going straight to the IC Championship, which is a second undercard belt, he should have gone to the first undercard belt, because now it would make more better sense to state that a Damien Sandow should have gotten the title. Because he is more of a main eventer than a Biggie Langston right now. Biggie is still young. He just came from NXT. It's too soon for him to hold that title. He should have got the US title from Dean Ambrose. He should have been allowed to have it. But we didn't get that. So my problem here is, when the Royal Rumble comes, unless they change their mind, and I really hope the WWE listens. I'm not saying to me, but someone has to tell them, look, it's stupid to leave the IC Championship the way it is. Give it precedence. Let it also be contested at the biggest pay-per-view of your year. Let it be contested at WrestleMania. That will give people something interesting. It doesn't matter what crappy matches you have after now, going into Royal Rumble, going into the next pay-per-views after that to WrestleMania. It will make better sense now. So how do I give this show a B- rating? A lot of crap was done in this show that I didn't like. And I don't need to repeat them. I am alright when it comes to the world title. Good name. I am alright with the Fatal 4-Way. It was alright. Brodus Clay finally giving a possible opportunity of turning fully heel on his own and being a monster is alright with me. But the rest of the show was not that good. But this is how I feel, and this is my review of TLC 2013. Subscribe and comment, please. Subscribe. But more important, and you can forget about the subscription, give me a comment either below at G+. In other words, Google+. I hate calling it Google. I'm calling it G+. Because I just want to. Give me your ideas, and I'll see you soon.